the name of Almighty God, I'm Master Sankosha, and today I want to talk about the static, spherically symmetric black hole solutions in higher dimensional of our gravity. In these sections, we consider our gravity in the bulk action and derive the effective gravitational field equations on the brain. The bulk action R assumes the form of the I is equal to integral d to the power of 5 or the fifth derivative x and square root of minus g brackets fr divided by 2 call 5 to the power of 2 plus lm, where GRB is the bulk metric, R is the bulk Ricci scalar, and Lm is the matter Lagrangian. The bulk indices are denoted by capitalized Latin alphabet, for example A and B, which run over all space-time dimensions, while Greek letter denotes the brane coordinates. The gravitational field equation obtained by varying the bulk action with respect to the GRB is given by the F R multiplied by RIB minus 1 divided by 2 GIB FR plus GIB F R minus delta R B F R is equal to chi 5 divided to the power of 2 TIB, where RIB is the bulk Ricci tensor, chi 5 to the power of 2 is equal to 8, PGF5 is the five-dimensional gravitational constant, and prime denotes derived derivative with respect to the r. The bulk energy momentum tensor can be written as TIB is equal to minus delta 5 GIB plus delta Phi multiplied by minus lambda T G micro nu plus tau micro nu multiplied by E r to the power of micro E b to the power of nu, where I 5. The negative vacuum energy density on the bulk, the brain tension lambda T, and the brain energy momentum tensor tau micro nu are the sources of the gravitational field on the bulk. The various physical quantities on the bulk are projected onto the brain with the help of the projector E to the power of micro. The brain is located at phi is equal to 0, where phi represents sexual coordinate, and the induced matrix on the phi is equal to 0 hypersurface is represented by the G micro nu. In order to obtain the effective gravitational field equations on the brain, Gauss-Codazzi equation is used, which connects the bulk Riemann tensor to that of the brain with the help of the projector E r to the power of micro, and the extrinsic curvature tensor chi micro nu. The extrinsic curvature is related to the covariant derivative of the normalized normals to the brain n to the power of r, and includes the embedding of the brain into the bulk. The presence of a brain energy momentum tensor leads to the discontinuity in chi micro nu across the brain. Israel junction conditions and the Z2 orbifold symmetry related this discontinuity in the extrinsic curvature to the brain energy momentum tensor. For decade derivation 1 is referred to the 29, 32, 33, 96. With the above considerations, the effective four-dimensional gravitational field equations on the brain assume that they form the R or Ricci micro nu minus 1 divided by 2 Ricci GM micro nu is equal to minus delta 4 GM micro nu plus 8 P G4 tau micro nu plus chi 5 to the power of 2 P micro nu plus micro Q micro nu minus E micro nu, where delta 4 is equal to 1 divided by 2 chi 5 to the power of 2 bracket I5 divided by free r plus 1 divided by 6 chi5 to the power of 2 lambda t to the power of 2 g4 is equal to chi5 to the power of 4 lambda t divided by 48 p. P micro nu is equal to minus 1 divided by 4 tau micro alpha multiplied by T micro to the power of alpha plus 1 divided by 12 tau and tau micro nu plus 1 divided by 8 G micro nu tau alpha b tau to the power of alpha beta minus 1 divided by 24 G micro nu tau to the power of 2 Q micro nu is equal to bracket H R Ricci G micro nu plus 2 divided by 3 delta R delta B free Ricci divided by free Ricci E micro to the power of R E nu to the power of R plus N to the power of R N to the power of V G micro nu and the boundary is P is equal to 0. H Ricci is equal to 1 divided by 4 and FR divided by F R minus 1 divided by 4 Ricci minus 2 divided by 3 divided by R again. Energy yeah, micro nu is equal to CIBCD micro to the power of R n to the power of R E nu to the power of C n to the power of D. In equation 4, R micro nu and R refer to the Ricci tensor and Ricci scalar on the brain, while delta 4 and G4 represents the four-dimensional cosmological constant and gravitation constant respectively. Equation 5 serves as the fine balancing relation of the Randall syndrome single brain model 27 and 67, which enables the brain tensions to be tuned appropriately with the bulk cosmological constant to yield the de-sitter and anti-de-sitter or flat brain. In equation 4, P microenol represents higher order terms associated with brain energy momentum tensor due to the local effects of the bulk on the brain. The term Q microenol arises because of the presence of high curvature terms in the bulk action. In the event FR is equal to R, Q microenol is equal to 0 and we recover the projected field equations on the brain due to the pure Einstein gravity in the bulk. The expressions for Q micro nu can be simplified further by assuming that the delta micro r is equal to 0 when the second term in equation of 8 vanishes. See for example 32 such that the equation is equal to 12. Since the bulk Ricci scalar is expected to be a well-behaved quantity, it can be expanded to Taylor cellars around the phi is equal to 0. For example, Ricci is equal to R0 plus R1 phi plus R2 phi to the power of 2 divided by 2 plus omicron phi to the power of 3 where the coefficients are constant since R is independent of the brain coordinates. This implies that the derivatives of the R evaluated at the phi is equal to 0 in the equation 12 will result in constant contribution independent of the brain coordinates. The last term on the right hand side of equation 4 is the E micronu which epitomizes the electric part of the bulk Weyl tensor with its original, the non-local effect from the free bulk gravitational field is the transmitted projection of the bulk Weyl tensor CIBCD on the brain such that EIC is equal to CIBCD n to the power of B n to the power of D with the property E micro nu is equal to EIB E micro to the power of R E nu to the power of B. The conservation of matter energy momentum tensor on the brain, for example, d micro or d nu multiplied by t micro to the power of nu is equal to 0, where the The nu represents the brain covariant derivative leads to the constraint. The nu is multiplied by e micro to the power of nu minus chi 5 to the power of 4 d nu v micro to the power of nu is equal to 0 since the nu FR delta micro to the power of nu is equal to 0 as the bulk reaches color depends on only on phi. The symmetric properties of the micro nu allows the irreducible decomposition of the tensor in terms of given four-velocity field U micro, and we have a EM micro nu is equal to minus cut to the power of 4 multiplied by UR and multiplied by UA micro UA nu plus 1 divided by 3 zeta micro nu plus 2 QA micro UA nu plus PA UA nu, where chi is equal to chi 5 divided by chi 4, with chi 4 to the power of 2 is equal to 8 P GA4, and zeta micro nu is equal to GA micro nu plus micro nu micro and UA micro. Is a projector orthogonal to the U to the power of micro? Note that the chi4 to the power of 2 is equal to chi5 to the power of 4 lambda t divided by 6, such that we retrieve general relativity in the limit lambda t to the power of minus 1 tends to the 0. In equation 14, the scalar here is equal to minus chi divided minus 1 divided by chi to the power of 4 e micro nu multiplied by u to the power of micro U to the power of nu is often known as the dark radiation term. The second term on the right-hand side of the equation 14 consists of the special vector Q micro is equal to 1 divided by chi 4 chi to the power of 4 zeta micro to the power of alpha, and also E alpha beta U to the power of beta, whereas the third term consists of a special trace-free symmetry tensor P micro nu is equal to minus 1 divided by chi to the power of 4 multiplied by zeta micro to the power of alpha and zeta nu to the power of beta minus 1 divided by 3 zeta micro nu multiplied by zeta to the power of alpha and beta close bracket and E alpha beta. In order to obtain vacuum solutions on the brain, the brain should be source free such that the tau micro is equal to tau micro is equal to 0. Thus, the gravitational field equations on the brain reduce to Ricci micro minus 1 divided by 2 Ricci G micro nu is equal to minus delta for G micro nu plus FR G micro nu minus E micro nu. In such a scenario, the effective four-dimensional cosmological constant is given by the alpha prime is equal to alpha 4 minus FR, while the conservation of energy momentum tensor on the brain simplifies to d nu E micro to the power of nu is equal to 0. Additionally, if the solutions are static, the terms micro in equation 14 should vanish such that the conservation of the brain energy momentum tensor leads to the 1 divided by 3 d micro u plus 4 divided by 3 micro I micro plus d to the power of nu multiplied by p nu micro plus r to the power of nu plus multiplied by p micro nu is equal to 0, where I micro is equal to u to the power of nu and d nu u micro is the for acceleration, and the print denotes covariant derivative on the spatial hypersurface orthonormal to U micro. Further, if the solutions are spherical symmetry, we may write I micro is equal to IR R micro, while the term P micro nu can be written as the P micro nu is equal to PR multiplied by R micro R nu minus 1 divided by 3 zeta micro nu, where I, R, and P are also known as the dark curvature or scalar functions of the radial coordinates. R and R micro is the unit radial vector in order to derive a static spherical symmetry. Solutions of equations for 15. We consider a metric anastasia of the form ds to the power of 2 is equal to minus e to the power of mu r d, the second derivative of the time, plus e to the power of lambda r d r to the power of 2 plus r to the power of 2 multiplied by d theta to the power of 2 plus sinus to the power of 2 theta d v to the power of 2, and solve for v nu r lambda r ur and pr, since equation 18 satisfies equations 15 and equation 16. One can show that the solutions of these equations lead to following form of for the e to the power of minus lambda, e to the power of minus lambda is equal to 1 minus delta of 4 minus f Ricci divided by 3 r to the power of 2 minus q r divided by r minus c divided by r, where c is an arbitrary integration constant and qr is defined as qr is equal to 3 divided by 4 p g4 lambda t integral r to the power of 2 ur dr. Thanks so much for watching my tutorial video until the end. If there is any simulation for this uh, literature, you can find it from my github.com/master script or github.com/kashi script or Safra script. Today is the 18th of July 2026. Time is 6:22 in the morning in Tehran zone.